Laba diena! In this episode, I'm gonna be building this utterly gorgeous cupboard using gravel mud. So let's begin. I'm starting the build by breaking down the plywood for the structure of the cupboard. And as you can see, I had a full-sized sketch, so knowing the measurements was as easy as placing that sketch on top of the sheet. Well, anyway, once I had all of the pieces prepped, I laid the sketch on top of the plywood and cut away all of the openings I will eventually create. The next step was to transfer the pattern onto the sheet, and one of the quickest ways is using some spray paint, and this works like a charm. I just double checked for the squareness of some longer openings, so they wouldn't end up crooked and stuff would stay put in those holes. Well, anyway, now it was just a matter of cutting the openings, and precision is not a priority here, so I was using whatever tools I had. So first of all, I made all of the straight cuts with a circular saw, and I finished it up with a jigsaw. And of course, I screwed these two plates together so I wouldn't have to repeat the process once more. Once I had those facial panels prepared, the next step was rather obvious: to make a box. And this is where it gets ridiculously simple. I just applied some glue and shot a bunch of brad nails. So once the structure was more or less complete, I had to bridge all of the holes, all of the openings, so it wouldn't be so flimsy and I would have some structure to shoot the mesh later on. So for that reason I needed a lot of equal length sticks, and here you can see me reusing all of the cutouts from the facial panels. And you probably guessed it right, I had to place all of those sticks in between these plates. So it took me quite a while, but it was easy enough to do. So here's the finished carcass, and now I had to place some structure, to create some structure for the gravel mud to stick onto. Because if I would apply the gravel mud straight onto the wood, once it dried, it probably would fall apart. So it needed some reinforcement and some structure underneath. For the mesh material, I chose to go with the chicken wire, just because I had it on hand. And I know there's better products out there, but something as simple as chicken wire works just as fine. Though the application was a bit more stressful. I punctured a lot of holes in my fingers, so some professional stuff would have worked better, I believe. But anyway, once that part is out of the way, finally I get to put my hands into the mud, or at least applying the mud. And the stuff I'm using is from the manufacturer Knauf. It's called Rod Band. You can get it all over Europe. I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but I'm sure you can get similar products all over the world, because it's really simple. It's gypsum based mixture. You can apply a rather thick coat of it. It dries rather fast, so I wouldn't suggest mixing like a huge batch of it. I was mixing like 5 kilos with a single batch and just worked my way around the structure. It was really relaxing and fun. About a couple of days passed since I coated the whole structure with the single layer, and it was dry enough to even the surface out. And here I'm using a couple of different methods, a wooden rasp as well as a putty knife. So I just basically knocking out all of the high spots, and I brought this cupboard into my painting booth because I was creating a lot of dust, and I turned on the fan so the air would be a bit cleaner for me. And just before applying the second coat, I needed to prime the structure again because after rubbing it with the rasp, I created a lot of dust and I wanted to get a better bond. So I mixed some regular PVA glue with water and coated the whole structure. Now it was just a matter of mixing more mud and applying it onto the cupboard. But this time I made sure to create a mixture a bit thinner. I added more water because I no longer needed to create this structure, and I was aiming to smoothing out the surface. So this thinner mud was working really well. Plus it extended the working time because there was a bit more water, so the mixture lasted me for a bit longer. So as you can see, at this stage there's no wrong or right way of doing it. I could go even further and smooth this one even more, but it was good enough for my needs and for the looks I was aiming. This last step may look a bit confusing. Here you can see me preparing the primer or the finish layer to lock the mud so it wouldn't stain your clothes, or it wouldn't stain, no stains would be left on the cupboard itself. So my idea was to mix some water with PVA glue, and I used a sifter to sift away all of the bigger particles from the gypsum mixture. So basically I created kind of a sludge, if you will. It was really thick, but this helped a lot because it not only protected the whole cupboard, the whole structure, but it also smoothed all of the imperfections. Finally, the cupboard was finished. I was really excited. I let it cure fully for 4 days, and there was only one single task left before handing this creation to the client, and that was to fix the casters. I had to lift this up a bit because the gap between the floor and the cupboard was like about 10 millimeters, and I kept on hitting the corners of the cupboard if there was any imperfection in the floor. So I had to fix this up, and the fix was relatively simple, just placing something under the casters. As you can see, the footprint of this structure is quite small, and it left me concerned that it might fall onto somebody. So that's why I placed the directional wheels on one end and swivel wheels on the other end, so I wouldn't end up with an accident. So in the end, this cupboard ended up weighing like about 80, maybe 90 kilos. Because I used 2 full bags of the mixture, which weighs 30 kilos, plus the extra structure, material, etc. But anyway, the result is really great, and I think this thing looks amazing. It was a ton of fun building this one because I didn't have any precise measurements, and just precision haven't played a role in this build, so it was really relaxing. Anyhow, that's it from me now. Sincerely thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye bye!